when we talk about fasting, it is not just an external fasting. Fasting involves the entire person because it requires a personal commitment. It requires sacrifice. And many of us, especially in this world today, we are so attached to the things of this world. Today, the emphasis of the world is materialism, consumerism, pleasures. And so, when it comes to the question of disciplining our body, of detachment, it is extremely challenging today. And that is why fasting is very important if we want to develop a strong spiritual life, a life of prayer and authentic almsgiving. Because in the first place, fasting helps us to really practice detachment. So fasting helps us to go back to the basics of life. What is truly important for our happiness in life? Disciplining our body is the most difficult. Only when we can discipline our body, we can discipline our mind, then we can practice the virtues of life more easily. It's only when we fast that we can feel with those who are suffering, those who have been deprived. Otherwise, we do not know what is to be in want. True charity must come from the heart. It is not just a question of giving, it's a question of feeling. That is why to give from our abundance is not so difficult. But to give our hands, to give our personal time, to help the poor, that requires truly personal commitment. That is why there are many people, in spite of the fact they are so busy, and they still make time to serve the poor, to care for those who are suffering. It is because they have identified with their pain. But of course, there are also dangers, two big dangers, pitfalls, when it comes to fasting. It can become just a formality, an external observance without a real interior change of heart. If fasting does not help you to grow in your spiritual life, and most of all, grow in humility, you can be very sure you are fasting for the wrong reasons. And there are some people, when they fast, they become more proud, more arrogant than ever because they think they are better than everybody else. No, fasting is also a grace from God. If we can fast, we thank God that God has given us this gift. It should make us more humble. And also to identify with those people who have difficulties fasting because we know it is not easy. And that is the reason why it's good for us to understand the church now only recommends fasting twice a year. Ash Wednesday, Good Friday. Abstinence is also on Good Friday, Ash Wednesday, all the Fridays of Lent. But throughout the year, the church gives us the option to replace abstinence on Friday with some other things. What is the reason? So that we will observe the spirit of fasting and abstinence, and not to just to do it in a legalistic, formal manner without our personal commitment. So let us pray, my dear brothers and sisters, that we truly observe the spirit of fasting for our spiritual life.